We have been discussing about push-down automata in the last 3 lectures, and what kind of push-down automata we have seen is what is called a non-deterministic push-down automaton. And today we are going to see in what sense the automata that we have discussed are non-deterministic, and we are also going to see when a push-down automaton can be named as a deterministic push-down automaton. So before we go and define a DPDA or a deterministic push-down automaton, first see in what sense PDAs we discussed are non-deterministic. Consider a push-down automaton and this instance of the push-down automaton given to you. So what is this configuration given to you? If you remember from the previous lectures, the configuration is the current state is P, the unprocessed part of the input is BA, and the content of the stack now is A bottom. And now if you are in this configuration during the computation of this input, you know that to proceed with we need a transition for PBA, that is from the current state P to read the current input symbol B. When capital A is on the top of stack, we need a transition. And now suppose you have these two transitions in the given automaton. What is the first one saying? If you are in the current state P and if you have B as the next input symbol, and if capital A is on the top of the stack, then what do? Change your state to Q and you replace the capital A with capital B. That's what you are doing. So suppose you apply that, then this is what is happening. State is changed to Q, read head is positioned to the next symbol, and this capital A is replaced with B. That's what is happening. So you are in this configuration by applying this move or by selecting this transition, you are getting into this configuration Q. AB is the input to be processed and B bottom is the content of the stack. Now suppose you apply the second transition, what is it telling? Change your state to R and consume your input. So position the read head to the next symbol and just pop the top of stack symbol, nothing to be pushed. So that's what is happening. So what will be the corresponding configuration is here R, AB is the string to be processed and only bottom is there on the stack. So if you are looking at this configuration, because of these two transitions possible to be applied from the current configuration, the next configuration is not uniquely defined. The next configuration can be either the first one or the second one. And if there is such a possibility of having more than one next configuration, then the machine is non-deterministic in that sense, and in such a case the PDA is allowed to have the ability to non-deterministically select one of these configuration as the next one. Any one can be selected non-deterministically. Maybe we can look at one more example for the same input configuration. Just the same configuration, but the transition, first transition is exactly the same, second transition is different. What is it telling? If you are in state P, regardless of what the input symbol is, without consuming an input symbol, if A is there on the top of stack, what do? Without changing the stack content, you can change your state to R is what this is telling. So if I apply the first transition, I'll do this. That is what we have seen before. This is corresponding next configuration. But if I apply the second one, what is happening? Changing the state to R without processing any input. So the read head is not moved to the right, and capital A is replaced with capital A. So no change in the stack content. And here again, the next configuration is not uniquely defined. And this kind of a push down automaton, where there exists at least one configuration from where there are more than one next configuration possible, then such a kind of push down automaton is called non-deterministic. And in what sense it is non-deterministic is because there are two possible next configurations and one can be selected non-deterministically by the PDA. This is just like the non-deterministic finite state automata. There also there are more than one possible moves from a state, and then the machine can non-deterministically select which one to take. Now, we may look at the computation of a PDA. What will be a computation? Computation means given an input string W, how the computation progresses. We know that given an input string W, this is the initial configuration that is fixed. For any W, it is fixed. Start state, entire string to be processed, and only bottom on the stack. Now, what you can do? You know that there could be more than one next configuration. In this case, I am assuming that I have this. That is, I am using a transition. I am changing my state to P1, and I am reading off the first simple from W, and the remaining, other than the first simple, the remaining part is called X. Then you know what is the transition is telling that if bot is there, then replace bot with P bot. That would be the transition, letting me coming down to this node. Or maybe I have another transition which allows me to do this without changing the state. Read the first simple and change bottom with A bottom, another transition, or yet another transition which allows me to change the state without consuming an input. That means here is an epsilon transition, and three possibilities are here. And now I assume that from here no move is defined. That means once I get to this configuration, no transition is available to make a move from here. That is possible. And from here what I do is I have two possibilities. I can non-deterministically select one, and from the last one I have a unique move, and it proceeds like that. So you can see that computation for a non-deterministic push down automaton can be modeled as a tree. So it starts with the unique initial configuration, and from there, depending on the number of transitions available for that particular configuration, one or more moves may be defined. So in general, 0 or more moves. For example, here no moves are defined. So it can be modeled as a tree, and in that case, an input is said to be accepted if there exists an accepting path originating at the root node. Because it is not deterministic, for a given W, there could be more than one path. Like this may be a possible path, this is another path. Just like in the case of a non-deterministic finite state automaton, W is said to be accepted if at least one path is accepting. And that's it. And that is a non-deterministic push down automaton. And that's enough for us to now see what a deterministic push down automaton is, the PDA. A PDA with the restriction that at most one move is defined from any reachable configuration. So that is restriction. a PDA to be a deterministic PDA, from any configuration, there can be at most one move. No move is allowed, but maximum one move is allowed. So non-determinism is not there. Given a configuration, the next state is uniquely defined. And dead configurations are allowed. Dead configurations means you can come into a configuration from which no moves are possible. That is allowed. But more than one move is never allowed. Now, suppose you have this move. That is, if the current state is P and the current input symbol is small a and current top of stack symbol is capital X, you have a move. Then can you have a move defined if the current state is P without consuming an input symbol? You can make a move for X. No, you cannot, because then that would be non-deterministic, because you can decide to either apply this transition or this transition. So then there is a possibility for two next configuration, and hence that is not allowed. So if this is allowed or this is defined, then epsilon transition cannot be defined. But unique epsilon move is allowed when no other transition is defined for the current configuration. And suppose that the current input symbol is small b, the current state is P, and current top of stack symbol is X. In case of A, you have the input symbol B. And suppose that for B, from this configuration, no transition is defined. In such a case, you can have an epsilon transition. That is what I am trying to say in this point. Now, suppose you have these two transitions. What does it mean? From PAX, you can apply either the transition 1 or the transition 2. Is it allowed in a deterministic PDA? No, it is not allowed. Then you have to say that then Q and R must be same, alpha and beta must be same. That means they two must be the same transition. If they are different, then it is non-deterministic. Then we assume that a deterministic push-down automaton is going to accept by final state. We know that the empty stack and final state acceptance criteria are equivalent. So here, without loss of generality, we assume that the DPDA is going to accept by entering a final state. And this is another difference. You need to have a right end marker in the input. To represent the end of the string, you need a right end marker. Why? Maybe I can try to tell you why. You consider this example configuration, and what kind of a transition you need to proceed from here? PBA. And now suppose PBA is not defined. That is, if the current state is P, and the current input symbol is P and current top of stack symbol is capital A, then no moves are defined. Then to proceed, maybe you have this without consuming an input. If A is the top of stack symbol and P is the current state, maybe you can make this move. That's okay, fine, because you can process this input without consuming. I can change my state. Maybe from Q I have a move for B. And now suppose you come to this configuration. What is it? You finished all the simples in the input. Now suppose you want to accept the input string. Then how can you accept? According to the acceptance condition, you have to jump into a final state. And how will you jump? Suppose P is non-final. You want to jump into a final state small f. How will you do that? Can I do this? If you are in state P, if nothing is there on the input tape to be read, then and top of stack symbol is A, then move to F, that is the final state, and take out that A. So can I do this? This is what I wanted to do, but is it allowed in a deterministic push-down automaton? It is not allowed. Why is it that it is not allowed? Because then these two makes it non-deterministic, because now from this configuration, if you if you are in P and capital A is on the top of that, then you can apply any one of these two transitions. So next configuration can be any one of the two corresponding configurations. So that is not allowed. See this, unique epsilon move is allowed, unique. Two different epsilon moves are not allowed. So this causes a problem, and hence if you have a right hand marker here, then that is helping you to define this kind of a transition. So if you reach into the right hand marker, what you do, if you want to accept, you jump into a final state. Otherwise, you jump into a non-final state and reject. And that is why you need to have a right hand marker. So this is how a push down automaton is defined when it is deterministic. From all reachable configurations, at most one move is defined. So that is the first difference. Then it accepts by final state, and you need a right hand marker. And note that if no transitions are defined from the current configuration for the next input simple, then you can have one epsilon transition that is allowed. More than one is not allowed. Hope you followed it, and maybe you try to formally define it. You take the definition of the non-deterministic push down automata that we discussed and see how to incorporate these changes into the formal definition. I am leaving it as a homework exercise. Maybe now we can go and see an example deterministic push down automaton for this language. What is the language? W, C, W reverse, where W is an arbitrary string of AB. W, then a C followed by reverse of W. Suppose you have this input. What is it? This is W, A, B, B, then C, then reverse of W, B, B, A. This is what is given, and the right hand marker. You are in the start state. So how will you define the sequence of transitions, or the set of transitions for this deterministic push down automaton? I need a deterministic PDA to accept this language. So what is the idea that you have? I'll tell you one straightforward method of doing it. Suppose I do this. Remember I was here. When I come into this configuration where I finish reading W, then I will remember W reverse in the stack. What is W reverse? BBA. So I'll be remembering capital BBA here. That means now the reverse is BBA, BEA. So for that, it's very simple. For a small a, push a capital A. For a small b, push a capital B. Then when I come into C, what I have in the stack is the reverse of the string W that I have processed. But I do remember it using capital letters. That is the only difference. So this is the logic. This is one of the logic, and if you do that, you'll get it. So here is where you start. SA bot. What do? You know that for a small a, you want capital A on the stack, A bot. And if I fire this transition, I will get this. Okay. Now it's SBA. I don't have a transition defined. Can you tell me what transition you need? I don't have to change the state until I reach into C. So it's capital BA is what I need to get. So if it is small b and capital A, what do you push? Take out A and capital BA should be pushed onto the stack. And now if I apply this transition, it's SBA, what I will get? Move to the next, don't change the state, BA will be replacing the previous A. And now what is it? SBB, it is not defined. So what should be SBB? Not difficult, you need BB on the stack. For this B also you want to get a capital B on the top. So if you fire this transition, what will happen? The read head will point to C, one more B will come above this, and that's what is happening. Now the transition required is SCB. So what will be the transition for SCB? Now you know that because it is this C, processing of W is finished. Now we know that on this stack you have the reverse of W represented using the capital letters, corresponding capital letters. So what do? You move to the right in a new state, and now if you are having small b here, you know that you need capital B here. If you are having small a here, you know that you need capital A here. Okay, if W is equal to W reverse. So if it is a C, you know that you do not have to change the stack content. So without changing the stack content, you can change your state to P. Why? Because P represents the fact that I have finished reading W, I saw the symbol C, and now I am into the first symbol of W reverse. And if I fire this is what is happening, and I don't have a transition for PBB. What should be it? That means here it is B. The top of stack symbol is capital B, means the last symbol of W of B. Then what do? You just take out this. You cancel this occurrence of B with this one. So you take out this. So this is what you need. And now what is the configuration? PBB. We already have this transition. So you will take off this and you will get into this. What is it? PBB. Again you are taking off and you are coming to PAA. So you don't have a transition for PAA. What do you need? What is the meaning? That means, yeah, the corresponding symbol here was an A. That is why you have capital A here. So the moment if you are in P, if you see B here, you want to see capital B on the top of the stack. If you see small a, you want to see capital A on the top of stack. So what do? You take out that capital A. That's it. Now if you have fired this transition here, you will get into this. Now what is the meaning? You need a transition for P right hand marker bottom. What does it mean? Now you have only bottom in this stack and you reach into the right hand marker. That means the string was of the form WCW reverse. So you can accept. You jump into F and take out the symbol if you want. So I accepted this particular thing, but there are some transitions not defined. We have defined it only for this input. This can be the last configuration where I accepted this input. And this is one transition that I need to define. From S, if I am getting a small a, when there is already a capital A on the top, then I need to get capital AA. It's not difficult. Another one is I am getting small a while I am in S, this side, and capital B is on the top, means the previous symbol was small b. Then what I need? Capital AB. Or initially I can get a small b. In that case I need this. And here also I need to define two more transitions. See, I have defined it when I am coming into C. If the last symbol is small b, then it should be capital B. But the last symbol can be capital small a. In that case, I need to have this transition. Without changing that A, move into P. Or it can be even bottom. Why? Because suppose W is null string, then the input can be just capital C. Sorry, just small c. That also I have to accept. In that case, I will have bottom on the top of stack. That means nothing was there before C. So in that case, I will apply this transition. And now I have finished designing this deterministic pull down automaton. Please verify that it is DPDA. The restrictions are satisfied. With this, let us move and see whether there exists a deterministic push down automaton for this language. A very small difference. The C is not there. Then can you design a deterministic push down automaton? And not that in this case, C helped us in changing from the state S to the state P. In the state S, we pushed capital A when we got a small a, capital B when we got a small b, and the moment we saw small c, we changed it into P. We know that now we are going to process W reverse, and C was helping us in making this state change. So how will you manage it now? You don't have that C. You think about it. What do you feel? Whatever you feel is not possible. In this case, you have to use non-deterministic power. You need to define an epsilon transition in this place. Whatever be the top of stack symbol from S, by using an epsilon transition in place of C, you need to have an epsilon transition. Then the machine becomes non-deterministic, but you can accept the language. And this is not to be a language for which no DPDA exists. Thus, this language is an example witnessing the fact that deterministic PDAs are strictly less powerful than non-deterministic PDAs, unlike in the case of finite state machines. And now we can see what will be a computation in a deterministic push-down automata. Given an input string W, you know that there is a unique initial configuration, and because it is deterministic, only one move is defined from a configuration. In this case, it's consuming an input, and from here again you know that only one move is allowed. In this case, no transition is defined for the first symbol of X, but there is an epsilon transition, and that is why without consuming an input symbol, I am coming down to Q. From here again, only one move, and it goes like that. That means a computation of a deterministic PDA can be modeled as a path, as opposed to a tree in the case of a non-deterministic automata. In the case of non-deterministic push-down automata, from a configuration there could be 0 or more moves. So it is a tree. But here it is either one move or 0 move. So it must be a path. And an input is said to be accepted if the unique path ends in a configuration where the state is final. And with this, I am moving on to the last slide of this lecture, where I am giving you a practice question for you to define a deterministic push-down automata for this language. So today, we have seen why the PDAs that we have discussed are non-deterministic, and in what sense they are non-deterministic. Because there are possibilities of having more than one next configuration, and that is why they are called non-deterministic. In the case of a DPDA, from every reachable configuration, at most one move is defined. Either you don't have a move or one move. If you don't have a transition defined for the next input symbol, you can have a transition defined for epsilon. But more than one move is not allowed. Please try to design a DPDA for the exercise problem and try to understand what is DPDA is and what is the difference. And we also saw an example witnessing the fact that non-deterministic push-down automata are strictly more powerful than deterministic push-down automata. Thank you.